Hi, Sue Rose Minahan, February 3, 2021, and I'm host of Talk Cosmos, and today is a 10-minute chat about Jeff Bezos. He's founder of the legendary Amazon, and he's shifting roles from the CEO to the chairman of the board, which he always had, and essentially maintaining power. He's liberating his time to pursue his favorite projects. And Bezos has still controlling interest of Amazon with over 10% stock. The company was worth $1.9 trillion and it brought in $100 million last quarter, which is a milestone. Amazon rates with this shift going from CEOs with Disney, Nike, Starbucks, Microsoft, Google. But this company, Amazon, it involves perhaps the widest diversity, starting from its on-rail retail with books to wholesale, not wholesale, but whole food grocery lines, which is brick and mortar, to online pharmacy, retail, and space, aeronautics, a newspaper. He was even in a movie, which is going to be Star Trek's Beyond. I mean, that's not really part of his business, but it was on his bucket list and he crossed that off. So this man is an adventurer. Regardless, it's an end for the era of Amazon. Essentially, yes. It's a chance to reinvent, though, the focused image and giving perhaps more back to the earth, the world, and his workers. There are legal issues that he is leaving with the new person, Andy Jassy. The questions whether he's taken more from the world than he gave, and did cheating in a bit help to build his success, and has he actually seeded generations of subpar jobs? Well, there's always criticism, and it's necessary. It's check and balances. Power needs to have itself checked. The factories of the 20s, 1920s, certainly had terrible conditions, much worse. And the book The Jungle by William Saroyan exhibited that. Right now, though, Amazon faces the Euro Union antitrust suit. And also, he paid $26 million back in tips to the drivers here in the USA. Because let's look at his chart. You know, Capricorn, which he is karma, right up there at the top. Here it is. He has the Mercury, Vesta of Hearth, the south node of his past, the midheaven at the beginning, and here his sun is natally in the 10th, and it's in Capricorn. It represents right and wrong. And there's a price to pay or atonement, whether this life or the next one. Bezos, with his, is a Capricorn with Mercury in Capricorn, as I had just said. But he is going to have a Saturn return in 2 years. So, and in fact, in 2022, it's going to happen 3 times. And he's slightly ahead of this milestone because you could say he'd pull out maybe during that time. But you also realize that Aquarius is a very intuitive sign. So he is quite, and then he has other very, and it is that Saturn is conjunct his Neptune. So he is working ahead of it. So we might ask, though, why now? If we look at Mayan astrology of soul development, he was born as a 3 cut. Mark Elmy, Four Pillars, tells you everything about this. Check him out. The cut is the net. It brings abundance. This man, he lives that. But abundance and attachments can have burdens. So he's letting go of these. And he was born with several year Lord bearer energies. In fact, the year he was born in 1964 is one of them, the four Naj. They go into 13 degrees, but he was 4 of stability. And that's great intellect, genius intellect. Yes, he is. And the path that he's traveling on for his adult is 11 Esh. It's an E. It's a Mayan type language. But the point is that what it means is the road, the path, and the path of experience. That's what he wants. And you can see that as he bundled all this abundance that he's sharing with his Saturn in social media world that he lives in, he's also the experience of the new adventure is really critical with him. And so far, for the most part, it's been to everybody's benefit, I suppose, although there is a little check and balance there that he is going to be working with, as we realize. So he is really, you could say, the Sears and Roebuck catalog, but online right now. The entire globe purchases from him. So yes, he's the innovator, motivating new entrepreneurial projects. He imagines, reimagines entire energies, industries. So as what's really important is look at his ruling planet, Saturn. It's conjunct value-based, practical business Venus in Capricorn. It's square to Neptune, and Pallas Athena. And it is also ruled, though, that Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And it is conjunct just the year before, in 1964, to Pluto. The authentic, authentic, authenticity, innovator, and empowerment of soul. So his ideas, he wants, in Virgo, they want to analyze deeply details in order to improve, fix, and heal. And it's his ideas and strategies that propel him, and his energies of Capricorn for those ambitious goals of mastery and authority. In that tension, that square that Saturn is, it's looking to create things closely with that wisdom keeper, Pallas Athena. And you can see this is his chart. And, because that Neptune that he had also, let's go to the bi-wheel, because that right here, it is conjunct, this Neptune of no boundaries is conjunct Amazon's huge planet of Jupiter that expands everything. So there's no boundaries, and we can see that in the life that he lived. It's really pretty amazing, and it's unpredictable with Aquarius. He owns the Washington Post newspaper. He has a Bezos Earth Fund, Blue Origin for Space Trend, Kindle did Alexa, one day service. And his AWS is really the name of the game with Andy there. And it hosts the biggies like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Verizon networks. So he's ahead of his own game. And Mars and Saturn, because Mars is in Saturn, they're creator energies. And as he reinvents and switches these roles, we can see that he is ideally going to get a new identity of beliefs with the heart and value, ideally of Venus, including it more. So what new things might Amazon behold? It differs from Bezos because the guard has changed, and it gives Amazon an opportunity to turn that leaf, as Robert Weissman of Public Citizen suggests, that Andy Jassy at the new helm gives Amazon an opportunity to redeem past errors of pay scales, safety measures. People in the company are working now, actually, to get a union started. And for Bezos, his North Node in Cancer belies a need for nurturing, working with emotions, and security of this tribe. Now, the Amazon chart, the ascendant is in Cancer, that's also ruled by the moon, and that supports his choice to choose Andy Jassy as a successor, who was of AWS with him for most of his 27 years. He's part of that family. So Jeff Bezos claims he has massive energy, which imagine he does. He has all that strength and excitement to keep climbing. And as he reinvents these projects that he shares, hopefully his focus turns to the values of the world and the needs of the larger social community of the world after his second Saturn return ahead in 2022. And we might just look at this last tri-wheel. That is, his birth was January 12th, 1964 in Albuquerque. And it's his second progressed Saturn and also a solar arc, which is all Greek to those that don't know astrology. But the fact is that if you look at that ascendant in Aries, Mars ahead, being leader, you'll notice that the Jupiter of his soul in 22 Aries is exactly just conjunct that timing element of his values with Venus. So we have a lot to see ahead of this man. Thank you so much. Do subscribe. There's always a little button here. And blessings to you. And check us out on Saturday. Thanks so much.